Your bank account isn't empty because you're broke. The system is quietly, legally draining your pocket every single midnight while you sleep. If you don't flip this one invisible financial switch before tomorrow morning, you will stay trapped paycheck to paycheck forever. Have you ever looked at your bank account right before payday and felt a sinking knot in your stomach? It is that exact moment when you realize you have worked 40 hours this week, yet you only have $12 left to your name. You start questioning where it all went, blaming your low income for the endless cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. But what if the size of your paycheck is not actually the real monster keeping you trapped? The truth is, millions of people making six figures are just as broke as those working minimum wage because of a silent trap. Today, we are tearing down the myth that you need to be rich to start building real wealth. By the end of this video, I am going to share a bizarre, counterintuitive question that completely flips how your brain perceives money. If you can answer that single question honestly, your savings account will never look empty again. But to get there, we first need to look at exactly how the system is designed to keep your pockets completely empty. Let us break down the exact steps to turn a tiny income into a growing financial fortress. Most people think, if I just made an extra $1,000 a month, all my problems would magically vanish. It is a comforting lie we tell ourselves while staring at prices in the grocery store aisle. We think more cash is the ultimate cure-all for financial anxiety. However, history and data prove that when income increases, lifestyle inflation almost always takes over immediately. You get a small raise, and suddenly you upgrade your phone, buy more expensive coffee, or sign up for another streaming service. Before you know it, that extra $1,000 has completely disappeared into thin air, leaving you right back where you started. True financial freedom does not care about how much money you bring in through the door. It cares deeply about how much money you actually stop from running out of the house. If you do not learn how to manage a single dollar, you will never be able to manage a million. Let us look at how small, invisible leaks are draining your wallet without you even realizing it. Think about the last time you checked your bank statement line by line. Most of us avoid doing this because we are secretly terrified of what we might find hidden in the fine print. We call these ghost expenses, the tiny, automated subscriptions that quietly drain your account while you sleep. It is that $7 app you forgot to cancel, or the premium membership you used exactly once last year. On their own, these individual charges look completely harmless and insignificant. But when you add them together over 12 months, they turn into a massive hole in your budget. That is money that could have been sitting safely in your emergency fund, earning you interest. These digital vampires thrive on your forgetfulness and your busy daily schedule. To defeat them, you have to drag them out into the light and cut them off completely. Let us look at how tracking every single cent changes the chemistry of your brain. When you live on a tight budget, tracking your spending sounds like a miserable chore. You might think it only serves to remind you of how little money you actually have. In reality, tracking your spending is not about restriction. It is about absolute power and clarity. The moment you write down every single dollar that leaves your hands, something incredible happens inside your mind. You suddenly realize that you are not actually as broke as you thought you were. You just happen to be incredibly careless with the small amounts of pocket change. That daily $3 snack or impulse vending machine run starts to look like a massive annual expense. Awareness is the exact line where your financial transformation officially begins. You can use a free app, a spreadsheet, or a simple notebook from the dollar store. The tool does not matter at all. The daily consistency is what builds the ironclad habit. Most people follow a traditional financial formula that is fundamentally broken from day one. They receive their paycheck, pay all their bills, spend money on fun, and promise to save whatever is left over. The problem with this strategy is that there is absolutely never anything left over at the end of the month. Your expenses will naturally expand to swallow up every single dollar available in your checking account. To build an actual safety net, you have to flip this equation entirely on its head. You must adopt the revolutionary habit of paying yourself first, no matter what. The very minute your income hits your account, you move a set percentage directly into savings. Even if it is only $5 or $10, that money belongs to your future self. By doing this, you force yourself to live on the remaining balance without making excuses. Let us look at how you can automate this process so you never have to think about it again. Human willpower is an incredibly unreliable tool when it comes to saving money. If you have to make a conscious decision to save every single time you get paid, you will eventually fail. A bad day at work or an alluring online sale will easily convince you to spend that money instead. The secret to building wealth on a low income is to completely remove human emotion from the equation. You can do this easily by setting up an automatic transfer through your mobile banking app. Set it up so that the moment your paycheck arrives, a small portion instantly flies into a separate savings account. You do not see the money, you do not touch it, and you quickly forget it even existed in the first place. You adapt to your new, slightly lower spending limit within just a few weeks. Automation turns saving from an exhausting daily struggle into an effortless background process. Now, let us talk about where exactly that automated money needs to go to maximize its growth. If your hard-earned savings are currently sitting in a traditional brick-and-mortar bank, you are actively losing money every day. Traditional banks offer interest rates so low they are practically an insult to your hard work. Your money just sits there, slowly losing its purchasing power due to the relentless rise of inflation. To fight back, you need to move your money into a high-yield savings account, often called an HYSA. These online-only banks do not have the massive overhead costs of physical buildings, so they pay you significantly higher interest. Suddenly, your emergency fund is working for you around the clock, generating passive cash entirely on its own. It feels like getting free money every single month just for being responsible. Best of all, it keeps your savings separate from your everyday spending account, adding a crucial layer of friction. Let us explore how creating this physical distance protects your money from your own impulse urges. One of the biggest mistakes savers make is keeping their emergency fund at the exact same bank as their checking account. When you open your app to buy groceries, you see that big, beautiful pile of savings sitting right there. It creates a false sense of financial security that coaxes you into spending more than you should. Your brain starts whispering that it is okay to overspend because you can always just transfer it back. To stop this mental trap, your savings must be completely out of sight and out of mind. By keeping your savings at an entirely different online institution, you create a vital psychological barrier. It takes 2 to 3 business days to transfer that money back to your main account to spend it. That small delay is usually more than enough time for your intense impulse urge to completely cool down. It forces you to pause, think rationally, and realize that you do not actually need that item. When you hear financial gurus talk about saving 6 months of expenses, it can feel completely overwhelming. If you are struggling just to buy groceries, saving $10,000 sounds like an absolute fairy tale. The sheer size of the goal causes many low-income earners to give up before they even start. But an emergency fund does not have to start off looking like a massive, insurmountable mountain. Your very first goal is simply to build a starter fund of exactly $1,000. $1,000 is a magical threshold that handles about 80% of life's sudden, chaotic surprises. It covers a flat tire, a broken refrigerator, or an unexpected visit to the urgent care clinic. Having this small cushion completely changes how you experience life's inevitable bad days. Suddenly, a minor inconvenience is just an annoyance, rather than a catastrophic event that destroys your credit. Before you build an emergency fund, every single unexpected bill forces you to reach for a credit card. You tell yourself you will pay it off next month, but the high interest rates quickly trap you in a cage. You end up paying double for a car repair because of the compounding interest building up over time. This reliance on plastic is a dangerous crutch that keeps low-income earners permanently trapped in the cycle. When you have cash sitting in a savings account, you finally break this toxic relationship forever. You pay for the emergency using your own money, completely bypassing the greedy credit companies. You owe absolutely zero interest to anyone, keeping your future income entirely in your own pockets. Moving away from debt dependency is the moment you stop being a servant to the banks. Let us look at how changing your relationship with food can radically accelerate this journey. For almost every household on a budget, food is the second largest expense right after rent or housing. It is also the single most common area where people throw away hundreds of dollars every single month. We walk into the grocery store without a plan, driven entirely by our hunger and colorful marketing displays. We load up our carts with expensive convenience meals and fresh produce we never actually eat. By the end of the week, half of those expensive items are rotting in the trash bin. This is not just wasted food. It is literal cash that you worked hard for being tossed directly into the garbage. Taking control of your grocery list is the fastest way to give yourself an instant pay raise. By shifting your habits slightly, you can unlock an extra $100 a month for your savings goals. Let us look at the simple art of weaponized meal planning. Meal planning sounds incredibly boring, but it is one of the ultimate secret weapons of the self-made wealthy. It simply means deciding what you will eat before you ever set foot inside a grocery store. When you shop with a strict list based on specific meals, you become entirely immune to impulse buys. You buy exactly what you need, use everything you buy, and reduce your waste to absolute zero. Batch cooking on Sundays ensures that you always have a cheap, delicious meal waiting for you at home. When you come home exhausted from a long shift, you will not be tempted to order expensive takeout. You simply pop a pre-made container into the microwave and save $20 in the process. Those $20 wins add up to massive momentum over the course of a single year. Let us look at how swapping name brands for store brands can double these savings instantly. Big corporations spend billions of dollars on advertising to convince you that their branded product is superior. They want you to believe that the flashy label justifies a price tag that is 30 to 40% higher. But if you look closely at the ingredients list on the back, the truth is often shockingly identical. Store brands and generic products are frequently manufactured in the exact same facilities as name brands. You are paying a massive premium simply for the colorful logo printed on the front of the box. Swapping to generic brands for staples like oats, rice, flour, and canned goods changes absolutely nothing about your lifestyle. However, it changes your grocery bill dramatically, leaving a heap of cash behind. Over a year, this single minor adjustment keeps hundreds of dollars inside your savings account. Now, let us look at how to tackle the dangerous world of recurring digital entertainment. Take a moment to count how many streaming, music, and gaming subscriptions you currently pay for. Most of us have drifted into a state where we pay for 4 or 5 different platforms simultaneously. We justify it by saying it is only $10 or $15 each, forgetting the total monthly accumulation. You can only watch one screen at a time, yet you are paying to access thousands of hours of content you will never see. It is time to run a brutal subscription audit and cut away the excess fat without mercy. Cancel every single platform except for the one you use on a daily basis. If you finish a show on one app, cancel it and rotate to a different one the following month. This simple rotation method gives you access to everything while cutting your entertainment bill by 80%. Let us apply this same critical eye to your utility bills to unlock even more hidden capital. Your utility bills can feel like an unpredictable monthly bill that you have absolutely no control over. But with a few deliberate lifestyle shifts, you can actively force these costs down significantly. Unplugging electronic devices when they are not in use stops the continuous draw of vampire power. Adjusting your thermostat by just 2 degrees saves a massive amount on your monthly heating and cooling costs. Taking slightly shorter showers and using cold water for laundry slashes your water and gas bills. These micro habits might seem tiny and insignificant when you do them on a random Tuesday morning. But financial discipline is built on a foundation of small actions repeated consistently over time. Every dollar you save on your utilities is a dollar you can redirect into your high-yield savings account. Let us look at how the physical cash envelope system can supercharge this discipline. Swiping a plastic card or tapping your phone makes spending money completely painless for your brain. Digital transactions detach you from the real-world value of the money you are parting with. To break an overspending habit, you need to bring back the physical pain of spending cash. This is where the classic cash envelope system becomes an absolute game-changer for low-income earners. At the start of the month, withdraw your discretionary spending money in physical cash bills. Divide that cash into labeled paper envelopes for categories like groceries, dining out, and gas. Once the physical cash inside a specific envelope is completely gone, that category is closed for the month. You cannot swipe a card to save yourself. You are forced to wait until the next paycheck arrives. This tactile friction builds an intense level of respect for every single dollar you hold. If you want to inject a massive burst of momentum into your savings, try hosting a no-spend challenge. Pick a specific time frame, like a weekend, a week, or even a full month if you are feeling brave. During this challenge, you commit to spending money exclusively on absolute survival necessities like rent and basic food. All discretionary spending on restaurants, clothing, morning coffees, and entertainment is frozen completely. It forces you to get creative, cook with what is in your pantry, and find free local activities. A single no-spend weekend can easily leave an extra $100 sitting in your wallet. More importantly, it shatters the illusion that you need to spend money to enjoy your life. It resets your baseline dopamine levels, making you appreciate the simple things around you much more. Let us look at how to handle your extra or unexpected income when it arrives. Throughout the year, unexpected chunks of money will inevitably find their way into your hands. It might be a tax refund check, a holiday cash gift from family, or an unexpected bonus at work. Most people treat these windfalls like free lottery tickets, immediately spending them on luxury items. They buy a new TV or a pair of shoes, returning right back to their baseline financial stress. If you want to break the cycle, you must learn to weaponize these windfalls for your future security. The very moment unexpected money arrives, pretend it never existed and throw it directly at your savings goals. A $500 tax refund can instantly complete half of your starter emergency fund in 1 second. It provides a massive leap forward that bypasses months of slow, tedious penny pinching. Treat every extra dollar as a soldier designed to fight for your long-term financial freedom. When you start saving small amounts on a low income, it is incredibly easy to feel deeply discouraged. You look at your savings account after 3 months and think, I only have $200. What is the point? What you are missing is the invisible, exponential locomotive engine known as compound interest. In the beginning, your savings grow slowly, moving forward step by inching step through your manual deposits. But over time, the interest earned on your money begins to earn interest entirely on itself. Your savings morph into a snowball rolling down a hill, growing massive and gathering speed automatically. Small, consistent actions taken today build the foundation for a lifetime of passive wealth accumulation. You are planting a small seed right now so that you can sit in the shade of a massive tree years later. Consistency is the ultimate bridge that connects your current struggle to your future abundance. We have covered the exact tactical blueprints to turn a small income into an absolute financial fortress today. You now know how to track expenses, automate savings, cut digital waste, and leverage compound interest. But none of these strategies will work if you do not shift your core internal mindset. At the beginning of this video, I promised to leave you with a vital, life-changing question. Before you buy anything non-essential this week, look at the item and ask yourself this single question. Am I buying this item because I actually need it, or am I just trying to buy a temporary escape from a life I currently dislike? This question cuts straight through the noise, exposing our deep psychological relationship with emotional spending. If you answer it honestly, you will unlock the discipline required to build true, lasting wealth. Do you have the courage to ask yourself that question on your very next purchase? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe for more wealth strategies, and I will see you in the next video.